And welcome to the present. If you are stumbling to my channel for the first time, do me that favor by striking a like on the video. Subscribe. You have to subscribe, do me that honor, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. So let's discuss the Saka. He should have been rested. Why should Arteta play him? Oh, even though we played him, we didn't get the results. See, analyzing football results and matches in hindsight is very lucrative. I find it very hypocritical that pundits, content creators, analysts sit down comfortably in their studios, mainstream or private, having the benefit of reaping, annihilating, and analyzing football matches in hindsight. Now, why don't you do it in foresight like the managers do it? Now, if you're analyzing the match post-match in good faith, I will get it. Most of you enjoy ripping into managers, ripping into players without giving it the benefit of the doubt of hindsight. I'm doing this thing, for me, is despicable. Absolute nonsense. Some of you are saying, oh, Saka should have been rested. We know he limped out of the last game against Brentford, against Tottenham. He had a knock. See, you do not know the total story. You are not part of the Arsenal's medical team. You are not Mikel Arteta. You don't train with these players. All you see, you watch them for 90 minutes, and you do not know what goes behind closed doors. But you have so much to say. Now, let me show you some of the most annoying thing I see all the time that just get off my just get off my racks. Look at this. Yeah, should Bukayo Saka have been rested for tonight? Very convenient. I find this very convenient. It's very funny that AFT can post this to trigger more fans, to have more reaction because they are doing it for their finances, for their stream, to trigger more traction in their channel. They're not doing it in good faith. Bukayo Saka was past fit for the match. Most world-class players that you guys call him, I don't call him world-class yet, I think he's a top-class player, they are supposed to be able to play matches. Yes, they are, in your tone, world-class athletes, right? They should have world-class attendance. For me, it's top-class. He should be able to back up playing multiple matches. These are athletes. I'm not saying he shouldn't get this deserved rest. I get it. You guys are going to pile all the pressure, come for Arteta, but you don't come for the FA, you don't come for FIFA, who have doubled the matches these players have to play. They have to play their club matches, their national team matches. They are adding more competition in terms of national teams. Nobody complains about that. But their bread and butter, the people who pay most of their wages at the clubs, now have to rest their best players, and you don't get the result, use them fans who will come for their head. Make it make sense. Now, some of you argue, even though we played him yesterday, he got injured and we didn't win the match. That is in hindsight. In foresight, how many of you, I'm not saying those are just saying it for clickbait, those are just saying so hoping that these things can happen so it can seem right. Let's not do that. How many of you genuinely didn't want Bukayo Saka to play against Alcilons? How many of you? Let me know in the comment section. Genuinely, let's not do that. Bukayo Saka is one of our best players, and you have to play your best players to win your games. Unfortunately, the best players play most games. Messi, even though Bukayo Saka is not on that level, Messi, the Ronaldos, the Ronaldo de Lima, most of these top-class players or world-class players love to play games. Bukayo Saka is having his first season in the Champions League. You think he wasn't raring to go to play against RC Lens? He wanted to play. Now, if medically the medical department said he wasn't fit enough, I'm sure Arteta will not push it. Now, some of you can argue sometimes some of these managers will actually cajole these players to play a few games. I get it. I don't think Arteta will have forced Bukayo Saka to play an injury. He had a knock. He came through training. We saw the pictures that he was training on Monday. So I don't get this over the top criticism of Arteta for playing Bukayo Saka and got injured. Any player can get injured. By that logic, we should have played Martinelli against Everton because he got injured. By that logic, we should have played Timber at the beginning of the season. I got injured. People get injured. This is not an injury that came from the last few knocks he had. This is a muscle injury, allegedly. You've not have all the information, but allegedly it's a muscle injury. This is not an injury from a kick. All the injuries most of you are complaining about were from kicks from those matches against Bournemouth. He got kicked against Tottenham, the enemy. He got kicked, but Against Arsenal in the Champions League is a different kind of injury. He backheeled a ball, he felt something, and they took him off. So people blame Arteta for playing Bukayo Saka in our second game in the Champions League. You are insane. You are insane. And for resting players, I get it, right? But injuries are part of the game. Nobody planned for Timber to get injured. Nobody planned for Martinelli to pull his hamstring. Nobody planned for Trossard 2 weeks ago to actually get injured in training. Players can get injured in training. They can have no-cause injury even at home. A few years ago, we heard of the injury that Kieran Tierney had in his shower. So all these piling and looking for how to trigger your audience, rile up and gaslight Arsenal fans into blaming Arteta for Bukayo Saka's injury is lunacy. It just shows how the world, people don't have common sense no more. Unfortunately, a lot of you are dumber than they don't know. A lot of you are actually daft. That some people can crank up their camera, get a mic, and mislead you, even though you can see the facts and analyze this thing by yourself. You can analyze these things by yourself. There was no way Arteta was going to sabotage his team or Arsenal and play Bukayo Saka knowing he was injured. He didn't do that. Injuries are part and parcel of the game. So let's not fall into this trap, overly analyzing the game. Now, we know he might not be fit for Man City. It is what it is. And that doesn't mean we'll lose against Man City. Now, the probability might have gone down, but that doesn't mean we'll lose against Man City. So we didn't lose yesterday's game solely because of Bukayo Saka. The whole team didn't play well. The whole team didn't play well. So let's simmer down. Don't get triggered by posts like this. These are just for traction. These are just to gaslight you. These are just to make you overly emotional. So you can go on your comment section. You can watch your videos. Some of you should have to start understanding how the mainstream and the private content creators are doing these things for financial purpose. They do not love the club as much as they claim. It is all for business. Do what you have to do. But it's for the audience and the people to understand why these people are pushing a certain narrative. I will never blame Bukayo Saka's injury on Arteta. I think that's insane. You cannot convince me. You have to let me know, because unless you have inside report that Bukayo Saka was actually on the red zone, was carrying an injury, and Mikel Arteta played him. Aside from that, you can't tell me why, if he was past fit by the medical staff within the club, why can't you play him? He's one of our best players. He's one of our highest paid players. You will play your best players so you can get a result. It's convenient that you can sit down with your armchair and say, oh, let's play this, let's play that. No. These managers have their head on a chopping block when they lose. None of you will extend your sympathy to them when they lose, especially when they don't play their best players and they don't get the best results. If Arteta, or if let me switch it around, if I was in Arteta's position, I will do the same thing. I will play my best players within reason to get the best result. That is the game. Let's not forget, against Brentford and Carabao Cup, same Mikel Arteta, most of you are coming for rested Bukayo Saka. So it doesn't even make sense, these aggressive criticisms of Mikel Arteta regarding the Bukayo Saka's injury. It's not his fault. Injuries are part of the game. It is what it is. We keep it moving. Like, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Let me know what you think about this narrative in the comment section. And I will see you guys on the next one. Make sure you keep yourself safe. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Do me that honor. Like the video. Turn on the notification bell. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.